Yeah, this is why I carry this bag around. It's got all my paraphernalia, my extra tools in here, my extra screws. And it's kind of a pain in the rear to get stuff out of it, but I mean, what other choice do I have? I gotta carry it around in something. Now you get to see some of the things that I use. One of these days I might make a video and pull out all my stuff so you can kind of see what I've got in here. I got some finished 4s and 6 nails. Use those every once in a while as well. I always keep my screws at the bottom because they fit in here nice and flat. So here's 1.25 inches, so I know I need one of those. And I'm probably going to use, I got some 2-inch screws. I think I may use those because the threads are a little bit fatter than the screw that was in the door hinge before. Here I got 1 5/8. I'll take a look at that. And let's see. Well, those threads are actually just as fat as the 2s, so I think the 1 5s will work. Okay, so I'm going to take 2 of those and 1 1.25 inch screw. And so see, I carry 1 1/4 inch, 1 5/8. These are 2 inch, and then I have 2.5 down here, 3 inch as well. Okay, so I got my screws. Let's go back up there, see what I can do. Okay, first things first, I'm going to put the 1 1/4 screw in there with my drill. And I ended up replacing my other drill. This one is a lithium. See this? Lithium 18 volt. That's what you want, and I'm using the Ryobi. I really like these. You can get this whole thing in a set with this, two charge batteries, a charger. It also came with a flashlight, a little cut-off saw, and a little sawzall. All that with a bag even. I think I got it for $179 for everything. There. That looks perfect. The color of the screw head is fine. It fits in there flush and all. Okay. Now I'm going to get back in here. And I'm using 1 5/8. I just want to make sure I don't put it in really super tight. I want it just snug, or else it's going to start spinning, because this is only going to tighten up in the jamb. Because if you remember, if I go straight in there, these screw locations are going to be within a 1/2 inch from this edge, and that's where the sheetrock is. You got 1/2 inch of sheetrock, then the 2x4, another 1/2 inch of sheetrock over here, and then your jamb is that full measurement. Okay. So first going to take that to there, and I'm going to see if it spins. Now, what happened to my screwdriver? What happened? Oh, here it is. Look at that, it's still spinning. Jeez. I'm not liking that. You know what that means? That means this one's going to do the same thing. And if I get something with too big of threads, the head is going to stick out from there. I'm not going to like that either. Okay, so that's not going to work. I guess what I am going to have to do now is I'm going to take the door off the hinges, and I'm going to put them in at a slight angle. I have to. And because I'm going to do that, I'm probably going to have to use the 2-inch screws. Well, you're getting your money's worth here. Because I first have to get this door off the hinge pins. Get my screwdriver out of there. Okay, I'll have to take a look at this on the other side and take a look at how I'm going to get the pins off. Well, let's look at this first. Sometimes there's a little trim piece. See that? See that nib right there? So I got to get a nail or something small enough to go up in there. Sometimes it doesn't have this, and you can see, and you can put a nail set up in there, and you can actually see the bottom of the hinge pin because it doesn't have this. And see, this one's tight, so I can't grab it with a screwdriver without messing it up. So I've got to hold something underneath there. Dabbity nabbit. And they're all the same, of course. Okay. Nothing is easy, and if you're not a handy person, you might say, see, that's why I never do anything on my own. I just soon call someone. But hey, you can do this project. You just watch the steps that I'm going to go through. You don't want to have to pay someone to fix your sagging door. They come out here and gladly take your $100 bill out of your pocket. They'll snatch it from you. I don't want that to happen. I want you to start fixing these things on your own. That's what my channel is all about. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Remember I told you I had some 6-penny and 4-penny nails? I'm going to shove that up there because it's small enough. I probably should cut the tip of this off. And I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so I'm going to cut that off like so. We'll have to find that. See, now I've got just a flat bit, and then I can hold this upside down like that and put it in there and then beat on this and actually hit right here with my hammer so I don't get up there and mark up the door. Okay, that's what I'm going to try to do. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just pop the hinge pins up just enough to then get them out with a screwdriver. The most important part of the project, protect your ears. So I have just some toilet paper. If you have some earplugs, put your earplugs on. But if you don't, these work really good for ears. And my ears are kind of sensitive nowadays because one time I tried to take out a door jamb, kind of like this, but it was metal. And I was just banging it out with a sledgehammer, and my ears were ringing for days. This happened probably 20 years ago. And ever since then, when I start pounding on different things, my ears get slightly sensitive. Okay, so I always try to protect those ears. Okay, let's get you situated over here. Let's see if I can't get this out. Get that pushed up in there like that. Hang on to this. Get that. The hinge pin is up. Now I can tap that out with a screwdriver, let's say. Okay. Let's get you in there. Let's see. See there? See how far I popped it up? Oops. I'm trying to do this one-handed. Okay. So now I'm going to do these other two hinges same way. See, I've got this held. Got that held just like that, up tight. And I don't necessarily tap on the nail. I can hit right there as long as I've got this squeezed together. Boom. Good one. That's it. That's all I had to do. A 6-penny nail did the trick. Yes, indeedy. Okay. I'll have to keep that maybe for my next time. Okay, so now I can just tap that out with a little screwdriver. Starting at the bottom. I always take the bottom hinge pin out first. Hang on to both nail or screwdriver and the pin. I'm holding on to it. Now I can set it off. And lots of times those are greasy too, so if you have good carpet or something, be careful with that. See all that grease? Last thing you want to do is put that on your carpet or something. Okay? Take that off. And more times than not, the door's going to stay up there on its own. I do have the door propped open a little bit. And where is my rag, my trusty rag to wipe my fingers off with? I'm going to have to go get that because, see, I want to wipe that off, or else you know what's going to happen. I'm going to get that all over the door. I usually carry a rag in my tool. Oh, here it is. Here it is. So I just had my nail bag repaired, and I put this rag in a different area in my nail bag. Okay. So now I can gently pull this down, lift up on it, like that, and slide this out of the way, like so. Now, can you see I can work on this hinge? I can angle in screws this way, but I'm going to have to get a drill bit first and drill in there, aren't I? And in order to do that far enough, I probably should take this hinge pin, or this hinge, out again. And it's only got the one screw in there. Okay. Now I can work on that. I'll find my drill bits now. I got the 2-inch screws. I got a screwdriver drill bit, just a hair smaller than the threads of this, so that I can drill it in at a slight angle. Okay, that's my next step.